We are almost at the tail end of the first shaking of Kenya. There is a second shaking that we keep seeing in the spirit. And this second shaking, it may involve, I don't like to sound like a bearer of bad news, but our brothers and sisters in Kenya, they need to pray for their leaders. They need to do what? To pray for their leaders. Because in this other vision that I saw, we were kneeling around the Kenyan flag. You know the Kenyan flag? There was a force which we could not see, which was reducing the flag until it is halfway, until it is half staff. Are we clear? We were crying until we were sleeping on our stomachs. There were many intercessors, not just a few intercessors, but we were all sleeping around, on our stomachs, kneeling and crying before God for God to preserve the people who are critical. There are people who are needed, who are not supposed to vacate this life, especially at such a time as this one, because so many things are not yet balanced there. The situation is still precarious. Are we clear, my brothers and sisters? The situation is still what? Precarious. So that which has been communicated by other intercessors, the Spirit of God is saying we must not despise the message. There is a threat. There are two leaders whose lives are threatened. I will put it in that way. So as intercessors, we need to pray for the leaders not to die, for God to extend their lives. The leaders in political organizations, like the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga and many other people.
Kenyans are mourning the death of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. He passed away at the age of 80 after suffering a fatal heart attack during a visit to India. Odinga sought the presidency 5 times. He was arguably the face of the opposition for more than 3 decades in Kenya. President William Ruto has declared 7 days of national mourning, calling Odinga the father of Kenya's democracy.
Kenya is in mourning. An outpouring of grief for former Prime Minister and opposition leader Raila Odinga.
Raila had fought for this country for a long time. In fact, we are very, very sorry. We are not going to eat, we are not going to sleep today. We are going to mourn him until we bury the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga.
Baba has left us. We're not happy. We are crying. Our father, we've been left lonely.
It's a very sad moment, I don't know what to say. We have missed a very, very, very good leader. In fact, he's our father. We have missed a father. And we are going to mourn.
Outside his home in Nairobi, members of the Luo tribe, which Odinga belonged to, waved branches as part of a traditional mourning ritual. They were joined by his wife.
Raila Amolo Odinga is truly a once-in-a-generation leader, a man whose ideals transcended politics and whose legacy will shape the destiny of Kenya for generations to come. A giant who towered for decades over our democratic landscape.
Ruto announced that Raila Odinga would be commemorated at a state funeral with full honors.